Upon you be peace.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. You are now tuned to Shakil and Company on America's Islamic Radio. I'm your host Kevin Shakil, and today's exciting interview is sponsored by JG Advisors, the Mugs and Beans Company, Glide Management, Elements Dental, Jaro Spot, Freedom Land Brokerage, and Tech Bytes, an IT concierge managed service provider. Today we have none other than Rosie and Fatima from Match Made in Jannah. Assalamu alaikum guys. How are you guys doing today?
Walaikum salam. We're doing well.
How's everything so far today?
Good. Good day.
So you guys reached out to us about this wonderful event you guys are doing, right? What is Match Made in Jannah?
Match Made in Jannah is sort of like it's a matrimonial site. So we kind of figured there's a lot of people who are out there who are single, and both Rosie and I have been actually putting people together for many years now, way before this site started. So we figured, why not actually put it together? Her sister is looking to get married, my sister is looking to get married. That was kind of the starting point of all of this. We started in our living room, we're sitting there one day, and we just decided, hey, let's put something together. We opened up the Facebook. This is almost 3 years now.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, we have over 3,000 followers right now. It's a free site. There's people all over from the U.S., Canada. Everybody's kind of like grew up here and has sort of the same ideals and what they're looking for in a spouse. So we tried to put these people together.
The way that that we do it, that's a little bit different from all your, site.com, all the other websites, is that one, we're free. Two, we sort of interview you and we question you before you join before we add you to the group. So we sort of vet you out if you're creepy or not, you know how it goes. And then once we vet you out, you join the group, and then we don't necessarily do the actual matchmaking unless you personally reach out to us. But on that website, you have tons of profile datas that sort of match to what you're looking for, maybe certain age group, maybe certain religiosity, maybe a certain location, and then you find those people and you connect with them. And then we do have videos here and there of how to sort of teach them how to connect. I don't know if you've seen the movie Hitch. Sort of,
Of course.
yes,
Will Smith,
yeah.
greatest movies ever made.
So it's like we can be your hitch as well if you want, if you get to that relationship with us, and then we go ahead from there. So, and then we also allow matchmakers on the site. So then they're also looking for their clients, but we have a rule that if you cannot charge the people that are in the group.
Our people are free.
Are free, yeah.
So anybody who's inside the group, let's say a matchmaker comes and matchmakes two people together, but if they're in your group, they cannot charge.
They
you.
can't
No,
charge you. They
you
can charge
can't.
their own people, but our people have to stay free.
Because it started because like we were finding out there's a lot of matchmakers, and it's great, great business, but like they're charging upwards to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Wow.
And honestly, like that's not really feasible for a lot of people here in New York or anywhere. So we thought, you know what? Sometimes it's just about getting the right person to just see each other, or meet each other, say hi, introduction, and then after that, it always works out. So alhamdulillah, for the past 2.5 years, we've had over 35 matches.
Wow.
That we know of. There's a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
who hide it. They don't want to admit they met on the site.
Yeah, there's
So
like
they'll secretly tell you, but say don't mention it.
yeah, and there's like a sad thing how we request one thing from this is just to get an invitation to a wedding. And we've gotten only like 2 invites to the weddings, and we're a little salty, but it's okay. And then we've had actually 35 plus matches. On the background, we've done more than 50, 60 on our own. And then it's just a network. You know how like you get to that auntie level and then you start auntie level networking? So it was just taking it to the Facebook level at this point. And alhamdulillah, it's ballooned
We have a
up.
first Match Made in Jannah baby.
Yeah,
so that's
mashallah.
my pride and
Oh
joy.
my God, mashallah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
alhamdulillah.
what are the satisfaction that you guys get that comes out of this?
Oh, it's
Oh my God.
immense.
Are you kidding me? That is like the best thing ever. To somebody come up and tell you, thank you. You helped me. I've been struggling for this long. And this is even before Match Made in Jannah. I told you we've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And when people tell you one-on-one, it's fine. But when you get it on a grand scale, you're just like, I needed this.
And
And,
then-
honestly, you want something. You want to feel like you did something for somebody.
Yeah, I'm like selfishly, there's like in Islam, there's a reward of Hajj when you match 2 people together. So you want to rack it up.
That. Seriously?
Yeah, so you want to rack up that level and all that, but at the same time, it's so rewarding because sometimes it's just about 1 or 2 different things that you told them or you advised them to do something, and that made them find the right prospect. Whether it can be like, hey, trim your beard, I don't know, wear different clothing, or don't say this. And just little advice here and there, and that helped them find their prospect because they didn't, no offense, freak someone out. So then it went up there. So, I mean, it's helpful, alhamdulillah. And then it also helped a lot of other companies that do charge. But now they're finding bigger and better networks to go find people. And then the hardest thing for our generation, like our people, was that the folks that are growing up here, that are raised here, to look for themselves. Because, you know, you're raised from like 0 to 18, you're told not to even look at a guy, not to look at the girl, not to smile at them, not to talk to them, or mom's going to kill you. And then when you turn 18, 19, it's like, why aren't you married yet? Where's your boyfriend? I'm like, Mom, you told me not to look at anyone. Now you tell me to get married, you know?
We're also
So-
trying to break the stigma. It's okay to find a spouse online.
Yeah.
It's okay not to be matched by your cousins, brothers, mothers, aunts, somebody.
Relatives.
It's okay.
yeah.
You know, there's a big community out there. We all want the best for each other. It's okay. It's not a bad thing. I'm really, really trying hard to break the stigma.
And-
because, like I told you, even some people who got married don't want people to know that they got married and met each other on
Through
the
a
site.
website.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't
There's
make
nothing wrong with
sense.
it.
Yeah.
That's the way of the world now, and that's the way everything's shifting.
So what's the biggest hurdles you guys have
Um,
with that?
a lot of people are, I want to say, I don't want to say picky, but I want to say picky. Like,
So, I mean,
we have a
because
thing.
If you're looking for a wife, right?
Yeah.
In my case, right?
Yeah.
I know what I want. So
But this is what the thing that we sort of figured out, and then we seem a little bit like auntie-ish when we say this. We're like, you think you know what you want, you actually don't. And then after a couple of
He's
conversations,
looking at you.
I know you're like, no.
I want a 5'7", light-skinned, tall, skinny Pakistani model. That's
Yeah,
what everybody
well,
comes to me with.
Seriously.
I'm like, but you have to be realistic. How is this person? Is this what's right for you? Is she's taller than you?
Can she have a
Just-
conversation with
exactly.
you?
You know, is she gonna be a good spouse for you in the future? And just because this is what you want, is this what she wants? Is she gonna mend with your family? Are you
Yeah.
gonna mend with her family?
And there's a
These
lot
are
of
things
little
people don't
things.
Think about.
Like the dating world doesn't work for us, doesn't work for Muslims because there's so much more that has to be spoken about, that has to be talked about. But then the arranged world doesn't work for us either because of the same reasons. We're not used to that. We have to ask questions because we want to feel comfortable. So then now we have
This
to
is
get to that
in the middle.
yeah.
That's what we're trying to
So
get to.
you think this is the middle?
Yes,
I-
because
for
we don't just
society.
leave you at the website.
Okay.
We actually help people out otherwise afterwards too, before and after.
Yeah, like I was saying, like Hitch, you know, you said that you watched Hitch. So we help a lot of people like on a personal level, sort of like Hitch. Like I have people that come to me and they're like, you know, it's been a year, 2 years, I'm looking, I don't know why, and they're maybe an amazing person because I'm asking them the right questions. I'm like, all right, you know what, let's do like a mock and date type thing, first meeting. And then when me and him speak, I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why are you saying these things? No wonder you're scaring him off. And then like we just reteach them how to have the conversation, and then the guy is amazing or the prospect is amazing, but it's just about sort of upping their game, knowing how to speak, because we're so behind the phone, behind the laptop that we forgot
Social
the-
How to
skills.
communicate.
how to
Social
have
skills don't
proper
exist
social
anymore.
skills. Yeah, they
This
don't.
is where moderators come in handy too at the table, because you'll see the people are nervous. They're sitting there. They can't talk to a female in front of them because they're so. I mean, in our culture.
Do you remember
this is-
we had a funny experience where our first event, there was, I mean, okay, I mean, alhamdulillah, he's married now at this point, so we can talk about him. But like, when he first sat down, he started shaking, like nervously shaking, to the point that people were like, "Is he okay? Is he okay?" And then I'm like, "Okay, this is freaking us out." And Fatima's a physician, and we're in the medical background, and I'm like, "Okay, this is getting worrisome." So we took him out, and we're like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I'm just so damn nervous." So we sat him down, we talked through him, we told him advice, and alhamdulillah, like the next 6 rounds that he went through, he was good. And then these are little things that I feel like can help people. I mean, it's not to say to find their spouse, or it can help people in general, like, you know, to be able to talk to someone and not run away or to not look at them in the eyes.
So you guys have these events, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many events do you have in a year?
So we're moms, by the way. We're working moms to 3 girls each. So this
Oh,
is all volunteer.
congratulations.
Yeah, hers
Thanks.
are
You know,
here,
right
mine's
here.
at home.
Beautiful little girls.
It would have
Yes, they
been a havoc if all
I'm a
6 of them were.
physician. I have my own practice. She
Yeah.
runs a huge pharmaceutical company.
Alhamdulillah, make dua for us, guys.
Alhamdulillah,
We're busy.
We
Successful,
try,
alhamdulillah.
yes.
Hum-
We're
But no,
trying,
it's
we're
it's
trying.
more because the reason why we say this is because this is all volunteer.
Everything's
So
volunteer.
we
Nobody's
do
getting
this-
paid for any of
no,
this. The
alhamdulillah.
website's free. The people who are adding, minusing this,
The mo-
checking,
yeah.
everybody's for free.
The volunteers are
So people have
free,
to understand that.
and we do this out of our pocket, the events. And it's just because we thought this is something that we can do. Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of different people in different niches of the Muslim community. This is one part that we thought we can help in. So we try to do 2 events a year, 1 event at least. This is our third event in the past 2.5 years of existing. So, and then the way that we wanted to focus was at first wanted to do like age group sex and then start going into like, like divorcees and elderly
That's what I was
and
gonna touch up on right now.
yeah.
So are your events only for single people?
No.
Or, okay, so let's say you have a person who's a divorcee,
Mm-hmm.
right?
They're
She's
welcome.
A female or a male.
Yeah.
Up there in age,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's the process for them?
They join in. Just join in. Our biggest thing that we're pushing now is that forget the past. Look at what the person now. Talk to them now. Get to know them, and then make a decision. Do not make a decision based on their past, because who knows? Like maybe you never know what happened, and that's not fair to judge. I mean, it's important to know what happened, but then at the same time, you don't know the story. So who cares? They might have just learned a lesson, or they might move on, and now they're an amazing person, or they were always an amazing person, and now you meet someone, and just I think this is what we've been pushing a lot, especially with the divorcees and with the rates of divorce in our country.
Society.
It's increasing. It's increasing. It's going to be the new reality for our population. We're going to have to learn to accept it again. It's become a stigma. We need to get rid of that as well.
And we're trying to push our parents and our like the prospects parents to look away from that, and that's something that we're doing with, like very hardcore. There's been many times where different members will be like, can you talk to my mom and dad, because I'm Bengali, I like this guy, he's Pakistani, and my parents won't have it at all, but he fits everything.
That's the culture
Yeah.
barriers
It is.
that,
Yeah.
that
So-
us South Asians bring, like, oh,
It's so
and
harsh.
that- yeah.
It's
It's
so
horrible.
hard. It is.
It's horrible.
It's
And it
And it goes
terrible.
against our religion.
It does.
It does.
And it's hurting us. It's hurting our youth, and it's hurting the people. You'll tell this 25-year-old girl, why aren't you married yet? But at the same time, when she brings somebody she likes, no, he's this, he's this, he's
Yeah.
this. You can't marry him. You're
Yeah.
leaving her with this small little pool of people to actually pick from.
And you're not
She doesn't
giving.
like any of them.
Yeah.
So she's stuck single for another 5 years, and next thing you know, she's 30, and then everybody's like, oh, why didn't she get married? There
It's-
must be something wrong.
It's too much, and so we're trying. What we do is we'll like go ahead and talk. Like I've called on their parents, and I'll be like, look, why? What's your problem? Like there's no issue, and constant like push. Alhamdulillah, we've had a couple of mixed like ethnic marriages because of that. So we do this as well for our members. I mean, it's not like, oh yeah, this is our list of services. Talk to your mom, talk to your dad, go on a date with you, dress you up, make over. No, but like we'll help whenever someone's approaching us. We'll go ahead and we'll do what we can, because part of it's fun for us.
It is fun.
And
I enjoy
it's a lot
it.
of
Really
fun.
It's a great hobby for you guys.
Yeah.
It
It
really
really
is. It really
We
is.
also have mahrams come. So some of our moderators are amazing. I mean, they're all awesome. But we have some elderly, they have kids of their own, and they've married them off. We usually set them with the parents. And anybody with any knowledge knows these people are amazing people. They know how to talk to parents. And a lot of these stereotypes they have in their head, they know how to break
So
them.
they start
They're
working
very
on them.
respectable. So we have them talk to the parents as well during the event even. So even while the child is there, the child is there talking to other people, the mahram is there and they're saying yes, no to this. We have our moderators kind of talk to them, and they've been through it. They've married their own children. They've gone through
So
it.
they'll
Their kids
say
grew
like,
up
you know,
there.
hey,
Yeah.
I have
Through
4
experience.
daughters
Yeah,
married.
exactly. And their kids, mashallah, are doing amazing.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So like these are different things that we work with. There's tons of apps and websites now, like I don't know, like what was it?
Minder.
Like Minder, Muzmatch, Ishq, and I'm just totally put everything all out there.
So,
Good.
how can I actually find you guys?
You find us on Facebook. That's the best place.
Okay.
Just because, like we said, we're moms and we're working moms and we're really busy. Find us on Facebook. So you search on Facebook for the group Match Made in Jannah, and then once you search, you click to join, and then there's a series of questions that are asked. Super basic. It's name, age, height, location, religiosity, profession, educational background, hobbies, and what you're looking for. And then you go ahead and you submit, and then we have these awesome volunteers, sort of props to them, guys. And then they look through it, they message you, they sort of interview you if something's out of spec, and then they go and they add you into the group. Once you're in the group, you see there's like profiles, like of hundreds of thousands of profiles. And then you sort of search through there, and then if you want extra help, you message any of us, the admins, and then we'll go ahead and be like, okay, what are you looking for? Oh, I'm looking for, I don't know if I'm looking for, what's her name? Priyanka Chopra. Well, okay, my friend, can you send me a picture of yours? Okay, well, I'm sorry, Priyanka Chopra. And I'm very like blunt. I'm like, I'm sorry, that's not possible for you. And then I'll be like, okay, let's get down to what are you looking for? What are your, I call it 5 non-negotiables. What are the 5 things that you will not negotiate with? And then we start from there. And then we'll work back and forth. We'll sort of knead in, and then we'll be like, okay, well, these are the couple of different prospects that I think you should go check out. Talk to them, message them. And then if they can, they go ahead and message. And then if they can't, be like, okay, let me teach you how to message.
Okay.
And then we go from there. And then at the background, we're part of a lot of other like auntie networks. And then we post those bios throughout the entire content. It's a very large
makes
auntie
a
network,
difference.
about a couple hundred auntie matchmakers throughout the country, and we'll post those up there too. So somewhere or another, your profile's getting met. The good part about us is that maybe you're nervous, maybe you don't want your information out there, or you don't want to post, no problem. We'll do it for you. Don't post a picture,
We'll
it's
keep it
fine.
anonymous. So
Yeah.
So that's my second question to you right now, right? You have people who are my age, 25, 26, 27, right? They want to get married, but they're not really sure for commitments yet, right? And, they want to talk to a girl, but they're like, it's not really halal. What do you advise to them?
So this is sort of where we had to figure ourselves out, because we didn't want to.
we're not a dating site.
We're not, and we're not eliciting like you guys should have a haram relationship. You guys should go ahead and date. We're not encouraging that. What we're encouraging is to find someone with the categories that you're looking for, and then we encourage to get ask halal questions properly to each other, and then get your families involved if you need to, and if you don't need to, then you do it the right way. But our part, we stop at the introduction. The rest is up to you and
your family.
and Allah.
But
That's
we
it.
always recommend you get your families involved, especially from the girls' side. We always push it get
Well,
your
no, even
families
the moms,
involved.
the boys'
too,
side.
but I always tell the girls, I push it with the girls, get your families involved, because you don't want later on something to come out of
But
this.
the problem is, let's say you're a young girl, right?
Mhm.
And you're shy.
Yeah.
And you don't want to have that conversation with your parents just yet.
So
And then, you guys are saying, hey, talk to your parents. How do you guys gear that conversation?
that's when we're like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want us to talk to them? I've talked to a lot of female prospects' parents, and coming from our background and where we're from, and being moms and being family people, and but still young, we sort of make that gap. We hit the top family, like the auntie level, and we hit the non-auntie level.
I love that. Auntie level.
Seriously, it's so important.
Word,
It
that's
makes
word.
the perspective changes everything.
And
But
the good thing about this is a lot of the people, we have mutual friends.
Yeah.
We have mutual people we know in common.
Yeah, we
so you can
joke.
always get somebody, we're both social butterflies.
we joke, there's not anyone that we don't know between the both of us.
Yes.
We won't create- It is really cool, but it's not a brag. It's just
We
that's
talk
how
a
it
lot.
works. Yeah, that's why it is.
That's great.
So there's always a mutual friend, somebody we can help try and getting involved.
Hmm.
So that helps.
You guys have an event coming up when?
Inshallah, next week.
On the 20th of
Yes,
October,
October 20th. At what time?
11 to 5.
And where?
It's in Agra
Agra
Palace
Palace
in
and Queens
Queens,
Boulevard.
where there's parking, so don't worry. Where there's a
Agra-
train station, don't worry.
So Aga Palace is at 116-33 Queens Boulevard, Forest Hills, New York 11375. And let's say a person who's watching this interview wants to be a part of this beautiful event. How can they register? How can they be a part?
You log on to the eventbrite.com, you search Match Made in Jannah, the event will pop up, you purchase a ticket. I'm just letting you know tickets are selling out. And something that we do, if maybe you're not down to putting down $40 for a ticket, no worries. You still want to come, message us. We'll figure it out for you. We have a lot of people that will sponsor tickets for people because they just want the good things to happen, and then we'll work it out. And maybe you're nervous, you're asking questions, no problem, just come. Just come and join, and then you'll meet us. And then meeting us in person does a couple of things for you. One,
They're wonderful. They're wonderful, by the way.
oh, we're hilarious, but yeah, mashallah. But we do a couple of things where now we get to meet you. So when we meet you, we'll keep you on our mind when we're matchmaking for people. And then second, when people ask us about you, we can vouch for it.
We can say we actually
You
know
have your seal of, I mean, we're not going to just give it to you by looking at you, but we're going to talk to you. But at least you have that seal, oh no, I
Seal
know
of
this
approval.
guy. Seriously, the auntie stamp, that's what we're going to call it.
Auntie stamp.
But yeah.
It was created right here on American Islamic Radio. the
Trademark pending. But yeah, so then we have that, and then we can go ahead and it's a good deal. Hey, we found maybe there's a brother that's looking, and oh yeah, I know that brother. He's such a cool guy. You need to talk to him. And then us pushing that sister, she'll go ahead and do it because we pushed her so much.
You guys are doing absolutely wonderful things.
Thank you.
Your event is again on October 20th, 2019, between 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. at Agra Palace, 116-33 Queens Boulevard, Forest Hills, New York, 11375. If you want to get tickets are $40, and if you cannot afford that, you can just message them, and they'll figure a way out for you so you can be there. You can buy tickets if you want to buy tickets. You go on Eventbrite.com and you search for Match Made in Jannah, correct?
Yes.
And you can get tickets and come to this beautiful event with these beautiful, this beautiful event that they're doing. I love it. Thank you guys so much for coming to
Thank
American
you.
Islamic Radio. And make sure you guys stay connected. Anytime you guys have any other events, please let us know.
Oh, we will.
Thank you so
so
much
much.
for having
That's what
us.
you just told us the reward for putting two people together.
Oh,
so
now you know.
Yeah,
And
I'm
search
trying
us.
to get, I'm trying to get
You're
my
trying to
hunches
get
in
him
right
in
now.
Yeah. And
good.
search us on Facebook for Matchmade Jannah, our page and our group as well. We've done events with Muskhair as well, so we're everywhere. Just message us if you have questions.
Make sure you guys definitely go follow them. And if you know somebody who's looking for a spouse, or if you know somebody who's interested, let them know. Share this interview. And you guys have been tuned to Shakil and Company on America's Islamic Radio. I'm your host, Kevin Shakil. And make sure you guys tune in next week to our wonderful interviews. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.